Welcome, everyone. I welcome you all in amazing today's Health Talks with Experts. Great to have you all. How are you breathing today? If you are breathing right, just message me here, right, everyone? Great to have you, Myra, Sham, Dr. Sundari, Rajesh. Everyone, please message me here. And I welcome you all in amazing today's Health Talks with Experts. Those who are new, just a quick share with every one of you that what is the context of this Health Talks, what we are, why we are doing. So, hello everyone. Those who do not me, I'm Yuktaraj Kishore. I'm a breath coach, and I'm on a mission to help 1 lakh people to overcome their stress and anxiety issue, start practicing breathing right and breathing consciously, and harness the power of their breath in your day to day life to meet, to manage their emotions and overall health and well being. So, I welcome you once again, everyone. So, how many of you feel that yes, you are healthy? Just message me here, me. If you feel that yes, I'm completely healthy. Great to have you all. Thank you so much. Awesome. Awesome. So I always talk about health, and let me just take you to this journey of why we are doing what we are doing. A quick introduction of health talks with experts. So we started in around June 2020, and we are now in July 2023. So, yes, 3 years successfully. Health Talks has been running. It's a platform where we bring experts from wealth and wellness industry, health and wellness space to share their knowledge and wisdom and help people to overcome their health challenges. So far, more than 36 health talks, of course, with more than 42 panelists, all coming from a variety of coaches, doctors, sound healers, sojok therapists, productivity coach, forgiveness coach. You have seen health talks going all big and creating more and more impact in our lives. Every month we have been running for last 3 years. So thank you so much, everyone. A quick introduction about me. I'm a breath coach and I'm a founder of Yuktiness, Breathe Wellness in Abundance. I'm a certified Nirvana Fitness Ambassador, so globally India's first global ambassador, and I have a lot of certification in various field of yoga. How could I, before I even present to you today's panelist, I want every one of you to please message me here. Welcome, Pallavi Walia Raj. Yeah. She needs a special invite and special welcome. In fact, I am nothing in front of her to introduce her. I do not have this capacity. And let me share something very powerful. I will share from my heart before going through the profile that she has, how I come across her. So, this year, quantum retreat that has happened. She was my mentor. Yes, everyone, she has been my mentor and she has mentored me to present myself in front of more than 200 India's best coaches and entrepreneurs. And under her guidance, I could do that. And at first, when we met, I didn't know her at all. But her simple WhatsApp messages, even if she send you a simple WhatsApp messages, it oozes with energy and loads of love, with so much heart, with so much of, you feel like she's literally hugging you. And when she talks, everything, she's a energy personified. And we are so sisters since then. I must say, I'm so happy and so grateful to have her in my life. So many achievements, like endless achievement. If I start now, it will take me 1 hour to just share her achievements so far. But at the same time, the best thing I could say that I have learned from her is being so humble and so grounded and so full of love. That's her quality. And the moment you will listen to her, the way she connect, you will be simply mesmerized. That is all I know. So you all are very, very fortunate that you all are present here to experience her, what she has to share with every one of you. So be ready, as she is the master of master communication coach, charismatic communication coach. And now let me just do the official quick introduction of her also. Let me just bring it upon. So she's a charismatic communication coach who has 24 plus years of experience in the speaking, entertainment, and knowledge giving industry. You must have found her, and if you are active in various platforms, one of them is of course Success Gan. She has been an MC there, multiple award-winning celebrity MNC TV host for words events like ICC Cricket World Cup 2003. Cricket fans, here you go. Milan Fashion Week, all the fashionista here, a TEDx speaker, a keynote speaker, and a powerful, wonderful coach. And she has transformed more than 1 lakh. He has 1,28,000 adults, teens, and children through her work in the last 24 years of service. Her simple secret and methods have helped thousands to become charismatic communicator. And for me, what I have learned from her is how to connect authentically with loads and loads of us. So here I would like to bring upon Pallavi Raj Arya. Everyone, please welcome Pallavi. Let me just bring her upon here. And here we go. Here you go, Pallavi. Great to have you. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you. My God, that was such
Did I do a good job? Did my mentor
please. Yukti, you've
introduce
done
you?
more than a good job. Thank you so much for making me feel so welcome. And
Thank you. Thank you
I've
so much.
always felt that connect with Yukti from the moment we connected the first time to, and after that, of course, like she rightly said, I feel like we have a massive soul connection and a very, very deep bond, which started developing the moment that we connected. So thank you so much, Yukti. I love the fact that I'm on this particular show, which is now 3 years and going super strong. Wow. Yes, Yukti, please carry on.
Yeah.
I'm just so super
So yeah,
grateful.
the stage is all yours, Pallavi. Please go ahead and mesmerize us with your years of knowledge, wisdom. That how can a person who feels a lot of hesitant communicator to how can he start feeling more confident communicator? So and of course how it can further impact us, because I know and people those who are in my community also, they want to be a good presenter and communicator, and they feel hesitant about it, how they can present themselves better and how they can gain that confidence. So go ahead and share with us.
Uh, Yuki, I personally feel, and everybody here, thank you very much for giving me such a warm welcome. But I just want to ask you people a question here. How many of you really believe that communication is the absolute key to success in life? Because whether it is when we're talking about relationships, whether we're talking about our work, our business, it could be the smallest to the biggest thing. How many of you feel that communication is the key? Give me key in the comment box. Just type out key in the comment box. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. In fact, it's so nice to know that a lot of you understand the power of communication, because uh, a lot of times it so happens that people don't really consider communication as such a massive thing. A lot of times we hear people say, मैं हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों में बात करूंगी. Is that all right, Yukti?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely, more than happy.
यस यस तो बहुत सारे टाइम बहुत बार लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि कम्युनिकेशन उसमें सीखने का क्या है, मतलब जब से हम अपने माँ की पेट से निकले हैं, तब से कम्युनिकेट ही तो कर रहे हैं. राइट, आई मीन वी आर कॉन्स्टेंटली
Like
टॉकिंग, वी आर
breathing.
कॉन्स्टेंटली. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's like breathing. Right, you're so right about that, right? और मैं लोगों को हमेशा ये कहती
Yeah,
हूँ कि
that's why we are soul sister, is it?
I It's so true. In fact, that's also one of the things that stops people from working more and more towards their communication. आप सब ये जानते हैं, whatever we work towards, that works for us. So if you work effectively on something, that starts working for you, and that is exactly what happens even in the case of communication. So first and foremost, to bust this myth, no, communication is not something that comes very naturally to all of us. Yes, we are talking, but how are we speaking with people? How are we really connecting with people? That's the story here. And I feel that communication is like what Yukti rightly said. It's like breathing, right? It's the oxygen in the air that we breathe in, and when we're not communicating effectively, which means that something is, it'll start showing. The results of that will start showing in our close relationships. A lot of times we have issues that we only look at when it comes to our professional life. But whatever happens in our personal life, we think of those as, no, those can't be related only to communication. But if you give yourself some time and do some deep introspection, you will start understanding that most of our issues spring from bad communication, ineffective communication, or for that matter, not being able to communicate at all whatever we feel, and we're constantly just keeping it inside of us. And I really would like this session not to be like a one sided thing at all. I would want you people to interact with me and maybe even ask me certain things that may be stuck as questions in your head related to communication, because I feel कि जब हमारे आंसर्स हमको मिलते हैं ना, तब हम कम्युनिकेशन को एक अलग ही नज़रिए से देखना शुरू करते हैं. अदरवाइज वी हैव दिस लेंस ऑन आवर आईज दैट it's okay, it's normal, I'm doing fine. There must be something there must be some challenge in my behavior, maybe, or there must be something in my skill level which is not keeping them happy. But apart from that, I really don't think I'm a bad person. I don't think that I speak with them rudely. Understanding that our behavior springs from the way that we communicate with ourselves. And therefore, I personally feel that communication is not first outside, it is first my communication with myself. What am I telling myself on a moment by moment basis? Then moving on to how I'm communicating with people outside. So, most of the times, people can say, okay, if you do not have a particular skill, but a lot of times they cannot overlook the fact that you can't make them feel better because of the way that you communicate with them. So that, I think, is a very, very major area that people need to start focusing on. And I feel our communication outside suffers because we rarely ever pay any attention to our communication internally. Yukti, instead of this being like a one-sided thing, I want to be able to ask them to share their thoughts. I want them to ask me any questions if they'd like to. And Yukti, if you'd also like to go ahead and ask, questions with respect to communication, or with respect to how it even allows us to be healthy individuals. Because I feel that when people communicate and get it out of their system, they actually are very, very healthy mentally, emotionally. They're much stronger individuals that way. So I'm just going to also keep reading few things that are coming
Yes.
this way, right? We don't realize we're not communicating. Yeah,
So in fact, this is the same question.
Yeah, I was just reading what Sundar had written,
So
that
this is the same question
sometimes
that
we don't even realize. Yes.
Yeah. So
Go
how
ahead.
to realize that we are communicating, how to realize that we are not communicating effectively?
Nice. I think the first realization will happen when we're not feeling too good about ourselves. And when we go internal, I mean, when we just sit in introspection with ourselves, there are so many times that we suddenly realize, Oh my God, this happened because of something that I said or I did not say, a decision that I made or I did not make. And that is where the challenge lies. But when that issue is happening, at that point in time, we may not even realize that it is because of the way that we may be making the person feel. We don't realize that it's our ineffectiveness in terms of decision making that is creating challenges in certain relationships. We may not realize that we are not giving effective feedback, and therefore people are facing challenges with us. Sometimes we feel that sometimes we get scared to even admit to ourselves that, yeah, I don't really think I'm doing the right thing when I'm communicating with people. So that, I think, when you the realization will only happen when you sit in quiet with yourself and really drill deep and understand, what am I saying to myself every day, and what is the way that I am responding with people on a daily basis. It's a very simple thing, right? That uh, कहने को बहुत सिंपल है, करने के लिए बहुत मुश्किल होता है. E plus R equals O. I think loads and loads of people would know this. Your E is basically your events in your life, every single small or big event. The fact that you woke up from your bed and the first conversation started, or the first conversation with yourself happened. The fact that, you had to do something in the kitchen, or the fact that you had to go to work, or you're driving, or, you're having a conversation, or your child is trying to have a conversation with you. Every single thing is an event. Every moment is an event in our life. The R stands for your response to that event. So, how are you responding to that event? That is basically nothing else but communication. So, first you respond to the event internally. Like sometimes it happens, right, that we're on the road and people are, there's road rage happening, or you're getting delayed for something, and you're getting delayed. Is how do you respond in that situation? Either you're honking, or you're just expressing yourself, maybe not window down karke, but you're saying something to the other person, giving the person a dirty look or whatever. Now, the response did not start there. Actually, the response started maybe back at home, when you did not take it on yourself to leave on time, or maybe you left 5 minutes later, or you didn't realize that time went by. Something happened there, and as a response to that event, then there is like one domino effect that keeps happening. So E plus R equals O is basically, O is your outcome, your result. So every time you are in a situation or in an event, which is every moment actually, how are you responding? That is actually your communication. And a lot of times, when we just sit in our quiet time and we analyze, what have been my responses? Am I even responding at all? Or am I not bothered? Or if I am, when I am responding, how am I responding? Is this response making me feel very good? That okay, मेरी तरफ से तो मैंने बोल दिया. But how is it made the opposite person feel? Or how is it made the team feel, if you're responding to a team or a group of people? How have they taken this? Yeah, you might turn around and say, but that is their thought process. I can't be thinking even for them. Correct. But how we make others feel, sometimes without even opening our mouth, our face is communicating, our body language is communicating, our look is communicating. How many of us have done that with our spouses and with our kids without opening our mouth? Give me a me in the comment box, right? That you have done this, something like this with, may I request some of the people who are asking questions, there is a Q&A, separate Q&A which has been also provided in this meeting. If you can just copy and paste your questions into the Q&A, because I'm going to be interacting, and when people start typing, your question might just be pushed way above. So yeah, not others don't respond to their spouses or to their children without saying a word. You don't respond with your facial expression. You don't respond with just your, your body language, your hand gesture, or you don't respond just with your eyes. Be very, very truthful. You're not being truthful to me. This is about being truthful to yourself.
So
right?
maybe, yeah, a quick, I would like to share a few things. Like maybe,
Mm.
so everyone, I truly want to know this from everyone. What is communication to you? Is
Yes.
it, yeah, what is communication to you? So is it just speaking, and that too speaking English language, becoming better? Yeah, is that so? So मेरी communication skills अच्छी नहीं है. What does it mean? That when you are saying so, what do you mean, right? So that's why I just want you to look. What is communication to you? Maybe you can share that, and Pallavi, you can certainly help us to open up our mind with respect to what people can understand, that what does even communication mean, because as you said that hand gestures, your facial expression, maybe we have never thought even, and you will say मैंने तो उसे कुछ नहीं कहा था, है ना? I didn't say anything, but still she felt bad, right? So
Yes.
it's so rest, I think it is better that Pallavi
No,
share
no, no,
her
Yukti,
herself. So
this is
yeah.
perfect. The way that you know, it's very comfortable. I feel like I'm at home. So when we are talking to people who are
Okay.
close to us, we never really have this thing that only I should be talking. You can please give your
Okay.
responses, because I
Oh,
feel that communication
that
is
just came to my
so
mind.
vast. Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it just came to my mind when I shared.
Yes, absolutely, and you've
Because
been so bang on, right, with the way that the things that you've shared. I personally feel that a lot of times we don't give very too much thought into what communication means to us. So thank you for sharing, all of you who are sharing right now. Umaira, it doesn't just mean your husband or your children who are non-existent at this point in time. Your family members could have got one look from you, right? Responding to events happening every moment is communication. Yes, fantastic. It's between two persons through different gestures. Yes, way to express our thoughts and our emotions is communication. Good. Convey the matter to the opposite person who's listening to you. Okay. To deliver words, feelings, expressions all together, elicit a response from others. Nice. Yes. Communication is sending a message from one end to the other. No communication barrier, no noise, getting the acknowledgement from the other. Nice. Okay. Very nice. Pradyumna, thank you so much for being so elaborate. Starts from connecting with hearts. Absolutely right, Dilip. You should be connected to yours first, right? You're so right about that. And non-verbal communication is much, much more powerful than verbal communication. Absolutely correct. Because when it comes to, the split between what is sending across the message, that split is so massive, you will be super amazed. How many of you here have sometime or the other made a presentation in front of a class, in front of, your community, in front of your teammates or office? Please type in if you've ever made a presentation in front of people. Just give me a me in the comment box. Yes, you have, right? Can I ask you something? How much time do you end up putting in to, suppose it's a PPT driven communication or presentation? How much time do you put in to make that PPT, to make those slides, to, get all those images and all of that, right? We do put in a lot of time, correct? And 4 hours at least. Okay, so that's like super quantification of time, right? Now my question is will come after I reveal what I want to reveal. Do you know what is the largest percentage when it comes to understanding your message? What is the largest percentage in your verbal and non-verbal communication में सबसे ज़्यादा मात्रा कौन सी है, किस चीज़ की है जिससे आपका मैसेज बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से, एकदम कड़क तरीके से पहुंच सकता है टू योर लिसनर? Has anyone ever thought about it? What could it be? What could those elements be? Awesome. Yes, body language, your facial expressions. So your facial expressions, your eye contact, your smile, your hand gestures, everything falls in the category of body language. Okay? And body language and your appearance, how do you show up? You are attending something, whether even if you're attending a training, how are you showing up? Are you showing up in a nice, proper way? Are you lying down on your bed and showing up? Are you not switching on your camera and showing up for a meeting? The way you show up, that also speaks a lot about how much you value whatever the other person is bringing you. Because can you imagine if it was your talk and I would have shown up sitting or lying down like this on my bed, or just walking around with my phone constantly. My camera's on, but I'm just walking around, and you can see me on camera, speaking to somebody else also along the way. What would you think about how am I even responding to whatever you're saying? You would probably think that it 99% तो इस बंदे के दिमाग में जा भी नहीं रहा होगा, because he's constantly communicating with somebody else, right? So how do you show up, and what are you looking like when you show up? So your body language and your appearance allow 55% of your message to be understood by the person in the right manner. 55%, that's a lot.
That's a lot. 55%.
Yes.
Have you ever thought, and if you feel that it's a bulb on moment, just message here bulb on 55%.
Yes. If it
Awesome.
was, yeah, I mean, and when I started becoming a student of communication, which is 25 years ago, I that is something which also came as a bulb on for me, because I was like, wow, that is how much importance I have to pay, or attention I have to give to my body language and my appearance when I am communicating with people, right? I want to be able to tell you the remainder of the 45% is still not words. Your voice tonality. Sometimes it so happens that you call your friend, and your friend picks up the phone and says, "हाँ बोल." And it is not the same warmth with which your friend would normally greet you, saying, "Ha, bolo, darling," yeah, whatever, whatever you call your friend or whatever, yeah. It's not the same. And the person hasn't said anything else but "Ha, bolo," yeah, "Ha, bol." But you suddenly ask your friend, "Kya hua? Everything okay? Are you fine?" Now, what made you ask that question? Neither can you see the person, neither have you spoken any other words. What was that? The concern, yes. But do you know what that was? Your voice, the tone of your voice. Yes? So 38% of your message goes across to people through your voice. Now, you people are better at math than I am. I'm guessing. So do the math. 55% plus 38% is what? 93%.
Oh,
Let
wow.
this sink in a little bit. Because normally तो हम बोलते हैं कि words बहुत important होते हैं. Sometimes I feel like saying words are cheap. It's how we communicate with our body language, our intention, and the intention flows out through our voice modulation as well as in our facial expressions, as well as in that, like you rightly said, the concern, the tone, whether it's concern, whether it's, we want to really connect with the person, whether we want to really inspire the person, we want to entertain the person, we want to just pass on certain instructions. Every tone is different, and therefore 38% of your message gets passed on through your voice. Only 7% through my words. Pallavi, are you kidding me? No, I have not done this research. This research has been happening for years now, and it's coming down from so many different people. And I stand tall on the shoulders of all of these communication doyens who have been around. Harvard did such a massive research constantly. They've been doing research on the importance of effective communication. And these numbers are verified again and again and again so that people get the right idea. Right? Now, this is what I want to really be able to share with you. I asked you a question that have you people presented sometime or the other? We put in so much time. I would say 95 to 99% of our time goes into प्रेजेंटेशन में ये स्लाइड पे ये दिखेगा, ये पॉइंटर्स होंगे, ओके दिस इज व्हाट आई विल से, एवरीथिंग इज स्टिल ये मैं बोलूंगी या बोलूंगा, देर ऑल स्टिल, यू आर स्टिल फोकस्ड ऑन वर्ड्स, ये मेरे मुंह से बाहर निकलेगा, ये डेटा मैं शेयर करने वाला हूं या वाली हूं. How many of you have even put in 20% or 25%, forget 93%, 20 or 25% have you ever put in to stand with your PPT, maybe not in office, right, but just at home, maybe it's in front of your kids or in front of your spouse or in front of a couple of trusted friends, and deliver that? Have you noticed how you move when you're going to deliver that presentation? Have you choreographed your movements ki is point ke baad I'm going to pause, I'm going to ask a question, I want to be able to see what is their response, this is a big declaration I'm making to them, or this is a big statistic, this is an alarming statistic, people have to respond to this, how am I going to get that response from them? Have you ever worked on, okay, this is what I'm going to wear because this is, this color, I want to motivate them, so therefore this color will be better? Oh, no, I have to actually be dissipating this. There is a conflict going on in the workplace, and I am actually required there to be able to solve that, resolve that conflict. So what color am I going to wear today, such that when people look at me, they are calm, they're soothed, it has a calming effect on them. It doesn't have this I will kill the person sitting next to me effect on them because you're wearing that kind of a color which might just, हिंदी में हम लोग बोलते हैं भड़का देना. आपका कलर शायद उनके अंदर कुछ कोई आग पैदा कर रहा है जो उनको और ज़्यादा भड़का रही है. You how do you know, right? What is the tone? How are you delivering that message? Have you ever spoken your presentation out loud before you have even presented it in front of so many people? Now that is basically what I mean by we are not paying attention to the two most important, or rather I would say three most important aspects that are actually delivering the message to people: body language, appearance, and voice modulation. And this is the major chunk of your this is non-verbal communication. This entire chunk that I've just spoken about is non-verbal communication. There's hardly anything more in non-verbal communication. The rest of it is 7%, which is only your data, which is your verbal communication. So when you get to know these kind of things, how many of you realized that this was, or how many of you felt that this was like a bulb-on moment after I gave you the entire scenario, that this is what you have probably not done with your presentations or with your talks? Yes? Thank you so much, Yukti. Yes, and this is exactly why we're saying that it's so important. बहुत सारे लोगों को ये कि ये myth है that they communicate well, but when they start analyzing what all are they saying when they are not even opening their mouth, that will start putting them into that deep thought, and then they will start maybe reaching out and asking for help for communication. Otherwise, people are not really interested. Sometimes people feel that public speaking अगर मुझे करनी है ना स्टेज पे जाके, तभी मेरा किसी से सीखना बनता है. Otherwise, why do I need a communication coach, right? And then sometimes I get these kind of questions that अगर तो मैं सेल्स में होता या होती, मुझे निगोशिएशंस करने होते, मुझे ऑब्जेक्शंस हैंडल करने होते, तब तो ये बनता भी है. Really? What do you think is a sale? Come on, you tell me. What's a sale for you? This is going to be an interesting one. Please tell me what a sale means to you.
Absolutely. I would seriously like every one of you to message here.
Yes, please type out. What does a sale mean to you?
Yeah, what is selling for you? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Please choose everyone while posting instead of direct message. Yeah.
Correct.
There's one very good thing that Sundarji has said, that with more of Zoom talks, the personal dress has taken a back seat.
Yes. Okay, I agree with you. But Sundar, if I can call you Sundar, we still have to show up in a particular way, right? आप जहाँ तक दिख रहे हो लोगों को, वहाँ तक तो लोगों को एक तो वहाँ तक तो अच्छा इंप्रेशन पड़ना चाहिए. मुझे तो पता है कि व्हेन वी आर ऑन Zoom talks, even in the best of talks, like you could probably, I've done a TED talk, even during the pandemic, which was of course virtual. Thankfully, I mean, good sense prevailed, and for my TED talk, I felt like I wanted to be in the mood. So, but I'm not
When you
joking.
dress it,
Yes,
it changes you internally. Well, that
absolutely.
yeah.
And when you're fully dressed, you feel like, even if I have to stand and make them do something, I will not even hesitate. Right? Like right now, I'm not going to hesitate to ask you to give a high five to. So let's just go on to the gallery view for a moment, and I just want you to give a high five to the person right next to you in the chat box, or rather in the, what is this called, the gallery view. Just give a high five. Just do that, and you're, yeah, absolutely, left mein ho ya right mein ho, just go right ahead and do that. And now I want you to do one more thing. I want you to give a high five to yourself and say, I realize now that I need to be a good communicator, and I'm willing to be one. So I'm willing to be a new and good communicator, effective communicator, right? Now, this is also communication, just by the way, right? How do you make somebody come out of their whatever state they're in at that point in time? So, thank you very much for so many people who have shared here. Every time we're selling our views, we're telling it to whoever is taking it. Okay, fantastic. Being IT professional, it's my skill. Very nice to promote your product effectively. Agree. Yeah. So now I want to ask you, when your parents, suppose you were in a situation where your parents asked you to study a particular thing when you were in college, when you were supposed to take something as a degree, and they said yehi padna hai, and you had no say at that point in time, what did they do, you think? They sold their idea to you. You bought it because that time आप शायद उस rebellion phase में नहीं थे. Next time it came to you, you turned around and let's say you fell in love and you selected your life partner and you came to your parents and said, इसी से शादी करूंगी या करूंगा वरना नहीं करूंगा. So what did you do? And your parents probably could say something to you, but you said, nahi, I'm not budging. I've decided. That's a sale. Every time, this is specifically for the men, every time the wife has some massive water power. What is water power? Water power happening, and says, you never listen to me, you never encourage me, or you never give me a chance to speak in our family, blah blah blah. What has she just done? She has sold her idea to you, and you probably have melted because of the fact that, okay, yaar, ठीक है, मतलब इतना इमोशनल मत हो. Yes, this time you will definitely, let's do this time. Okay, wherever. मैंने बोला था यहाँ जाएंगे, मैंने बोला था वहाँ जाएंगे, मेरे लिए ये लेने ला. Okay, whatever. Every time your kids throw a tantrum, or they come and say, ममा पापा ये ऐसा मुझे ऐसे ये करना है, या मुझे ये वाली क्लास करनी है, and you say हाँ ठीक है, मतलब you deliberate a little bit, you try and even have a conversation, but they are very firm. यही करना है, मतलब यही करना है. They have sold to you. So I am trying to tell you here that even in real life scenario, there is objection handling happening. You're going to ask a lot of questions. They're going to have to handle that objection. They're asking you a lot of questions. You're going to have to handle that objection. And then you have to be able to close the deal and open up the relationship, right? Keep the relationship channels open, but you're closing the deal. That's like our mentor Siddharth Rajsekar always says, he doesn't like using the word closing the deal. And I use the word closing the deal with this adage, which is close the deal, but open up the relationship. Even if the deal has not closed on the person buying something from you or agreeing to your viewpoint, at least the relationship channels have been kept open. That is your effective objection handling and effective, communication. So आई फील दैट वेन पीपल से ना कि नहीं लेकिन मुझे तो कुछ बेचना है नहीं, मुझे तो कुछ लोगों से मैं इतना बड़ा बड़ा प्रेजेंटेशंस करने वाला हूँ नहीं या करने वाली हूँ नहीं. दैट्स व्हेन आई फील दैट दे आर मिसिंग द एंटायर पॉइंट ऑफ दिस कम्युनिकेशन एस्पेक्ट ऑफ इट. It's not just for that. So many times, Yukti, it so happens that a lot of times people have these thoughts about content creation. Okay, so how many of you here, what do you feel? Who should create content? मतलब video हो या written content हो, what do you feel, who should create content? What are your thoughts? Please share in the comment box with me, so that at least I know, okay, what are the thoughts predominantly of people here. Yes, that's true, Sundar. That when you're growing up, it's very difficult to overrule your parents' authority. The one who is present. No, no. Yeah, that's all right. That is the content creator. But who should be? No, who should create content? Anything. I mean, any content it could be. So who should a homemaker do it? Should a child be creating content? Should a yoga expert be creating content? Should I be creating content? Who should create a content according to you? Ha, you feel everyone, right, Yukti? Anyone who wants to make their presence felt online, nice, okay. Customer, content is key to any communication, even with your spouse or children. Fantastic, very nice. A seller should create content. Can I tell you this? That anybody and everybody who want to effective, become magnetic, become charismatic, become impactful in the world that we're living in, because the world needs more of such impactful people. The world needs you if you have those really amazing thoughts. Anybody who feels like they want to improve their communication and put their message out there, share their thoughts with people, they should create content. Whether it is video, whether it is written, whether it is article, whether it is blog, whether it is just sharing a story in your own words on Facebook, whether it is using Medium. Medium is where you can write your, produce your written content. Anybody and everybody should ideally be producing content, according to me. And why do I even end up saying that? Because when you start producing content, like, when you start sitting and understanding, okay, this is what I'm passionate about, these are my thoughts about this particular, suppose you're passionate about, let's say, you are passionate about talking to people about the effects of water, how people should keep themselves hydrated at all times. Let's say it's that kind of a topic. You need to be able to keep your thoughts in front of people, right? Why do you believe so? Suppose you're somebody who studied a lot about it, right? You need to be able to share those thoughts with people, because otherwise there's so many people out there who do not really know the positive effects of it. So one is that. But the other thing which is a benefit to you is, as you are creating more and more content, do you realize that you are becoming better and better as a communicator? Your ideas have to be coming out in a particular order. You have to organize your thoughts. You have to have clarity in your thoughts first, and then the clarity in your words has to happen. You need to start, communicating in such a way that you make it appealing. Are you somebody who struggles, who hesitates, who has a lot of fillers when you're talking? You use fillers like feel like, and you go into these long, filler kind of situations. Are you doing that? If you want to be able to change that scenario, I'm saying this with a hand on my heart today. There are very few opportunities sometimes that we get when we are in our workplace to truly speak our mind and really be able to speak it as much as we'd like to speak it. How many of you agree with me on this? That very few times do we get a chance in our workplace or in our families to really speak our mind and express everything fully. How many of you agree with me? Give me an agree in the comment box, or just give me an A in the comment box that stands for agree. Right? Now, because of this one challenge that sometimes people face, I tell people, then where will you get the opportunity to be able to communicate effectively? So I'll give you an analogy here. When you want to, let's say, lose weight, right? You are in a family. just giving you a hypothetical situation, you're in a family where everybody loves to eat. कोई ना कोई नया पकवान रोज बन रहा है, everybody is eating, everybody is, you know, and your family is also the kind of family who loves to welcome more and more people. So friends are coming in, कभी relatives आ रहे हैं, कभी friends आ रहे हैं, कभी आप कहीं जा रहे हो या कोई आपके घर आ रहा है, and there is never a chance where you can tell them that, hello, you know what, I really want to watch what I'm eating and I really want to be able to control it, because then everybody will start making fun of you and saying, ah, yeah, I buddy, you know, now you are going to start dieting. Come on, yeah, we hardly ever meet. You've met me after so long. Now come on, you can't be saying this right now. Do you realize what is happening? You are never stronger than your environment. Your environment always has a much stronger hold on you. This is at least true for 99% people in this world. And that is why they say that an environment can actually make you or break you. Your environment, right? So the minute I say that, I want to ask you, ऐसा कब होता है कि as a communicator you want to become super effective and everybody only gives you a chance to start talking, to express your thoughts or to re-express your thoughts, because you say, no, pehli baar na I didn't do it really well. Can I say this to you again? And then people are going to say, what, have you gone mad or what? Abhi bata to diya, jaise bhi bataya tumne bata to diya. Now see how benevolent the camera is or your phone is. You record yourself, आपने अपना message, you know, डाला camera पे. You put it down in pointers. You had the pointers in front of you, but still you fumbled. You mixed up the pointers. You forgot the most important aspect. You forgot the call to action. Whatever, you forgot something or the other. And the camera turns around and tells you, मेरा role खत्म नहीं हो रहा. You can record again. Yeah, or your phone tells you, फिर से कर लो यार. You know, it's like that, right? It's that kind of a relationship. How many of you agree with me and you feel like your camera or your phone for your own communication can actually become your best friend? How many of you agree with me? Give me a BF in the comment box. Because they are not going to respond in that manner कि अरे ये क्या बोल रहे हो यार? They are not going to. It's not going to. All you will do is you will look back at your own recording and say, no, I've big gochi I've done over here. So let me record this again. And you say, no, this angle, मेरी वो फिनाइल की बॉटल पीछे कहीं से तो दिख रही है. You know, or something or the other must have gone wrong. You say, no, this is not the right kind of framing. And what do? You reframe, you maybe rephrase your words as well. And then you do a second take. Sometimes you end up doing a third take and then you finally feel, yes, finally I've got this. Now, do you realize what's happening here? It's got a very deep connection to how you are bettering yourself as a communicator. The more you find yourself recording video content, if you're doing it on a daily basis, kudos. I'm telling you, you do this for 60 days. Or if you think 60 days, so ठीक है 30 days. 30 days कर लीजिए, okay? Just do it one video every day for 30 days. I guarantee you, आप मुझे लिख के भेजना, what is the change that you see in yourself and in the way that you have started communicating. You yourself will be able to start understanding that, no, this could be said better this way. Oh, I was watching Yukti's video when she wanted to express something like this. See how she expressed it. I was watching Pallavi's video and this is how she expressed. And that could really become something which would be very, very powerful for you. When you start seeing that change and that confidence, that ability to line up your thoughts and bring them out effectively, you will go from maybe 10 takes for the final take to 7 takes, then to 5 takes before you get the really final good take. Then you'll probably come down to about 2 or 3 takes mein aapka final take ho jayega. But now listen, this is not the only thing. The thing that is happening is in your real life. When you're having conversations with people, that's when you start speaking effectively from the word go, because you are weighing your words when you're speaking. You are putting intention into your words, and intentionally you want your words to start benefiting people. You want your thoughts to start benefiting people. So that's how you can actually become super amazing as a communicator just with this one activity of creating content. The same thing even goes for written content. Because a lot of times बहुत सारे लोग कतराते हैं नहीं नहीं I'm not a writer, I can't be writing. It's not about being a writer. It's just about putting your thoughts down. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. It's a great idea. This is one idea I keep giving people so many times that do this. I'm not looking at you becoming this hotshot content creator because you're not wanting to become a hotshot content creator. But who's to stop you? If you start creating some really amazing content, who is going to stop you from creating content? And who's to say tomorrow somebody might approach you and say, listen, you're creating really amazing content, would you like to be on our platform, would you like to collaborate with us for this? That's like a sone pe suhaga, right? You didn't even think about it and it happened, but it happened because your message became powerful, because the way you put across the message, it started affecting somebody's life positively, or it jolted somebody else out of that. Suppose you're talking about procrastination and you're talking about you're a doctor and you can talk about certain hormone releases and this, that, and the other. That's when you've maybe jolted somebody out of their laziness, out of their procrastination, and they are now beginning to take action. What is more fulfilling than that? So I look at it from that perspective. Even as written content, sometimes you will notice that written content can be much much more powerful than even spoken content, because there you can write in about 150 200 words and you can literally pour your heart out. That's the key. Pouring your heart out. It's not about how correct in terms of English or how, because I personally feel language is not equal to communication. भाषा आपकी चाहे जो हो, आप बंगाली बोलना चाहें, आप उड़िया बोलना चाहें, you want to speak in Malayalam, you want to speak in Tamil, it doesn't matter. You want to speak in Punjabi, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you put your point across and how is the other person feeling that point. वो जो emotion है ना, उस तक पहुंचना चाहिए. So yeah, I mean, this is something that I wanted to share. Yukti, if people have questions,
Yes.
if yes.
Yes, so here I would like to share something that just struck to my mind, my personal experience, guys. Those who think that, being a homemaker and 60-year, 70-year-old, whatsoever your current condition is, that doesn't define you. You are living. You are living, and if you have this urge to improve your communication skills, just grab your phone. Do not think about that you have to post. You just speak to yourself. Have you ever thought that how do you look when you speak, how you communicate? This is one thing. And also, it also remind me my very initial phase when I had joined hackathon of our mentor Siddharth Rajshekhar. And when he used to give us the assignment weekly to
Mm,
post on long form story format FB, and
yeah.
that was, I never done that. In my
Mm,
whole life, I have never done that, something like that, writing, expressing myself. But when I sat and went deep inside me, it was such a liberation for me. I could
yeah.
release my lot of emotion. I cried when I have written those long form Facebook posts because I exactly could point it out that what has happened in my life, what have been turning point of my life, what made my difference, why I felt stuck at any point of my life, and why I had invited all these the health hazards and everything, and who I have become and what I want to become, what are my
True.
truest deepest desires, is what is my purpose of life. Where you are finding it outside somewhere, just go deep within, have that honest communication with yourself. So as you were saying, it was all dawning over me that how I
Yeah.
started from nowhere. And I tell you, I have been a very timid kind of a person, when you were asked me to go to the stage and speak, to becoming, of course, I can say to a certain extent that I'm a good confident speaker now,
Of course.
the guidance of a lot of mentors, including Pallavi. So this the communication you are doing just not for the sake of to anyone. So can you all promise one thing for sure today? This is one action. Come what may, everyone. Are you all gonna do that? First promise me, then I will tell you your challenge. First promise me right away. पहले promise लूंगी मैं.
Nice. That's a
जल्दी से
beautiful way of
promise
doing
करो.
it.
Yes. Just फटाफट मुझे प्रॉमिस करो. लेट मी सी. यू कैन ट्रस्ट मी, राइट? मैं कुछ ऐसे खराब काम नहीं करवाऊंगी, बट आई विल मेक यू डू समथिंग. Of course, I will raise your bar for sure. My mentors has always helped me to raise my bar, and this is what I truly want every one of you to do. Come what may, you have to do this. Simple thing, what Pallavi has only said, that record your video, have a
Mm.
chat with yourself. Okay, anything and everything, whatever it is, maybe you can just share what you have learned about communication. Okay, and if you would love to share with us, we would love to see that videos for sure. You can
Yes.
share. Yes, so we are actually going live on YouTube. You can share there. You can share in our Wellness Abundance Hub community. You can mail me. You can WhatsApp me. You can just do it and express yourself.
In
Allow
fact,
yourself.
Yukti, if I may add, let them, please, people express yourself. You can even post it on social media if you'd like
Yes,
and
yes.
tag
True.
us. Tag
Yes, yes.
us. That would also be so easily doable, right?
Absolutely.
और
So,
मैं
yes,
एक
we.
और बात युक्ति आई एम सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट आई डिडंट मीन टू इंटरप्ट यू एक बात मैं डेफिनेटली अभी अभी करना चाहूंगी लोगों के साथ कैन यू पिक अप 2 areas in your life that you're very passionate about? Can you please pick up 2 areas? And I want you to write it down in your notepad and I want you to share it in the chat box with us. Can you pick up two
Yes.
areas right away?
Quick.
This is like the
Two areas you are
exam ka
passionate.
question aaj.
It's
हाँ जी?
okay if you are passionate to cooking also. Come on.
Yes. That's a very
Absolutely.
big passion. That's a very major passion.
Don't feel that you have to be some XYZ very high-end kind of passions.
Absolutely. बस दो दो जो चीज़ें हों आपकी लाइफ में जो आप पैशनेट ओके आई गिव यू सम एग्जांपल्स स्पोर्ट्स के बारे में आप पैशनेट हैं आप यू नो you're passionate about traveling if you're passionate about yoga if you're passionate about the Gen Z, you know, helping Gen Z with certain things. Yes, dance and music if you're passionate about anything. Just pick 2 things. You're passionate about meditation. You're passionate about, let's say,
Books.
writing, books, reading books. Very good. You know, anything and everything. So there we go. Fitness, dance and music, awesome. I'm passionate about my relationship with my children and yoga. Very nice. uh, 2 very strong areas that you can pick anybody who is still picking any 2 areas jahan you feel like you want to read more about that area you want to find out more about that area you have certain opinions about that area you have certain you know research that you want to do you want to know more about that area anytime a talk is happening in these areas you would want to listen in you're sometimes you know you listen to podcasters or you listen or you watch youtubers and revolving around certain areas in your life that you're very very passionate about so pick think of all these things and then pick and something that makes you happy something that brings a smile to your face right passionate about health and responding to allergic rhinitis if I'm right in the pronunciation nice cold and cough spirituality health exercising books health and cooking very nice writing, fitness, I need to do well in all these areas to improve. Okay, super. There you go. I want to share with you something that my mentor, Mr. Blair Singer, always said. You always start sharing with people about a void that is there in your own life. When you start sharing or when you start coaching or helping people, even if it is just with your videos, you will by and large see that there has been some kind of a void in your life in that area and in order to fill up that void what you start doing is you start sharing your ideas and can I give you one more very very beautiful thing that I've discovered for myself when I'm doing my one-to-one coaching with my people or when I'm doing you know group coaching with my people I always find myself talking to myself as well with whatever I'm sharing with others. So कॉन्शियसली टेल माई सेल्फ, पल्लवी ये तुम पे पहले लागू होता है, तो ये तुम भी किया करो ज़्यादा और ज़्यादा रेगुलरली. You know, certain things sometimes you want to share with your students that they should do. You've done it in the past, but right now maybe you're not doing it as regularly, and everything. So I love what Blair Singer says, that when you have that void, or when you have an area that you want to improve in, a lot of times you start sharing about that area, and that allows you to grow further and further. Also, Tony Robbins says, from your mess, you can create your message. So there's, you know, it's so beautiful that there are times in our life when we are really vulnerable about something. And can we start sharing our vulnerability with other people? Can we authentically, truthfully share that this was not always me? There was a phase in my life when I wasn't like this. And I want to be able to just share what got me out of it, or who got me out of it. What did I do? What are the action steps? I just want to be able to have a conversation with you folks. I don't know how this is going to help you, but my intention is that we get connected through these short videos that I'm making. Just, you know, keeping that intention, I guarantee you are going to start creating such amazing content which is going to touch hearts. Because now you've picked your passion areas. You've picked areas that maybe you also want to keep getting better and better in, right? So yeah, wow! I'm just amazed to read so many of these passion areas. And now, you know, like Yukti was saying earlier, इन्हीं passion areas पे ना आप और keep delving deeper and deeper. So there are 5 questions if you want to talk about how Pallavi, how do I create content? What are you talking about? Why is it so important that you talk about this? Where did this realization happen? Maybe. Okay. When did you feel that, yes, this is an important area in my life, or this is something that I really want to start sharing with people? Or when did you start doing something about or in this area? Okay. And how should others proceed? How did you proceed? How should others proceed? How should they make sense of this? How should they get value out of whatever it is that you're sharing? So what, the 5 W's and 1 H, what sorry, what did I say? The second one was what, why? Okay. I have one more W, which I'm sorry I didn't add. I'll tell you one more W. What, why, when, where, and the last W is who. Who is this affecting? Who made this happen in my life? Who is my inspiration? And when you start working on this, who is it going to start affecting? Is it going to start affecting everybody? Is it only going to be affecting you and your family? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And the H is how. So 5 W's and 1 H is a beautiful way of creating any content from 5 minutes to 500 minutes. No jokes. Yes. What, why, where, when did you feel that it is important? Who is it going to be affecting, and how should others do it? Or how did you start doing it first? You can even share that, right? And then you can also talk about how others can start doing it. Yukti, you've taken a promise from all of these people. So I'm very sure that these people are really going to be able to, go forward with this properly. And I also want you people to promise that videos तो आप बनाओगे ही, छोटे छोटे videos भी बनाना बहुत अच्छा होता है, because a lot of times brevity, that preciseness in the way that you express yourself, that counts a lot. Everything is communication. The way you make your stories, the way you make your reels, the way you make your post your content, that's also all different types of communication. Sometimes you don't feel like making a video. Have a picture of yourself and share what people should get out of that picture. Or it could be a picture of nature. And those kind of things also work a lot. So therefore you also get into the habit of writing and expressing your thoughts powerfully. Right? And I just want to, Yukti, I want to share one thing. How many of you here are entrepreneurs, want to be entrepreneurs, you're coaches, you want to be coaches, you're in a workplace and you want to keep going higher? How many such people here? Can you give me a me in the comment box? Whatever you may be doing at this point in time in life, you You want to grow, you want to accelerate your growth, yes? And do you want to accelerate your growth also? Give me a me for both these things. How many of you are entrepreneurs, homepreneurs, you're homemakers, but one fine day you want to start impacting other lives as well? Um, and how many of you feel like you need to know what are those skills to accelerate in the area that you choose? Give me a me in the comment box. To become an entrepreneur, fantastic, very nice. What about the others? The others are not. Okay, nice, nice. I want to give you 4 key skills that you should take down and start working towards them when you want to accelerate your growth. Okay, as an entrepreneur, as a homepreneur, as a coach, consultant, whoever, wherever, whichever position you're in at this point in life. First thing is the art of getting attention. What do you understand by the art of getting attention? Anybody who'd like to share, please share. What do you think is the art of getting attention?
Grabbing attention in first few seconds. I don't know how much, 10 seconds or something. I don't know. 3 seconds. What it is exactly, I don't know.
No,
You
that's
can.
okay. 7 seconds. वो वाला तो first impression. Yes, certainly. But the art of getting attention is
Okay.
basically somebody said personality people should ask and they need to listen to us. When you talk, others listen to you. Okay, but according to me, the art of getting attention is your ability to market yourself, your ability to promote yourself, talk about yourself without feeling guilty that you are talking about yourself. How many of you feel like that is important? Just give me an important or just give me an I in the comment box. The ability to be able to talk about yourself, promote yourself, market yourself, right? How will people know? अरे हम उस जमाने में रह रहे हैं जहाँ हमारा neighbor doesn't know who we are यहाँ. How many of you have been through this? Like we are not living in the you know how people used to live earlier. Everybody used to constantly keep coming out of their homes and किसी का बच्चा किसी के घर में हुआ करता था and you're constantly communicating and mingling. That's not the case right now, right? The case is that everybody's busy in their own life. So how will people know that you exist? How will people know that you're so good at this? So therefore, the art of getting attention. Second thing you must focus on is the art of persuasion. How many of you realize that persuasion is why you are Yukti's ability to persuade you to be able to do a few things that she asks you to do. It may be very difficult, maybe for some of you to follow on a daily basis, but she has been able to persuade you to do it because she allowed you to see how it's going to benefit you massively. So, how many of you really feel like the art of persuasion is an absolute must in today's day and age? Give me a me in the comment box. Yes? Because there are so many things that we are bombarded by, right? There's so many things out there. There's so many people out there. How do you pick that person who truly, you can connect with? Also, that person's ability to persuade, that person's ability to increase their own visibility, to market themselves effectively such that you notice them. So those first two are very, very important. Even in regular relationships, how do you persuade your children, your spouse, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your parents? How do you persuade? Persuasion is that art where you are asking people to do something. A lot of times people are taking a leap of faith. They don't even know what they're going to get. They've not seen the results yet. They've not reached that stage of belief yet. Belief is when you can see something, you believe it. But faith is when you can't even see something and you just, take that leap. That is why they say leap of faith, right? And that is what I want to be able to attach to the art of persuasion. That when you are a persuader, you really are that kind of person who can instill that kind of faith in the person just with your few words, or maybe with a one-to-one call, or maybe in your masterclass, whatever be the case, right? The third key skill that you need for accelerating your growth is the art of public speaking. Right down to communication, right back to communication. Do you realize all three of these are connected to communication? Like how you market yourself, how do you persuade people, how do you speak in front of people. Public speaking doesn't just happen from stage, by the way. It also happens when you're in one-to-one conversation with people, or one-to-many conversation, and you're all in the same area. You're not on stage. That's also public speaking. You being able to speak out your mind and your heart in an environment where there are so many more people, or there could be maybe just about two more people, but that's also your ability to be able to speak out and speak effectively in such a way that people take action. So an influencer to me is not somebody who is paid for their collaborations and they have many followers. That's in today's day and age. Yes, that's the definition of an influencer. According to me, an influencer is somebody who can help people and make people, sometimes unwillingly also, but you make people take action and take that positive action, which eventually is going to benefit them and give them massive results. That's an influencer. And therefore, if you want to become that kind of an influencer, then you have to be able to speak more and more to people, and you have to be able to speak effectively. So art of public speaking. And the fourth key principle or the key skill is art of leadership. Being able to push and pull people to do something or not do something without people even realizing that they are being pulled or pushed. That's leadership, actually, right? Like you're just filling them up with something inside of them. You're just inspiring them. They're not looking constantly for they're not looking for ये करने से क्या होगा. They're just looking at it from the point of view that इन्होंने बोला है, I'm understanding that this, sometimes they don't even understand that this is going to help them, but they just want to do, because you're that kind of a personality. Your communication is in such a way that you are walking the talk. They're seeing you walk the talk, and therefore they want to be able to follow you. So it's all about who do you become, right? And communication is to a large extent not about what you do, but who you become when you work on your own communication. And like I say, that all these four are so majorly intertwined with communication. So communication इनमें है और ये communication में है, चारों में. Art of getting attention, art of persuasion, art of public speaking, art of leadership. Communication इन चारों में है और ये चारों communication में है. It's like that, right? They're intertwined. For how many of you this was something that you knew, but you're not doing? Because knowing is not the same as doing. So if you're now also in a stage where you know and you're going to do, give me a do at this point in time. Give me a do at this point in time if you're also going to take action. Because ultimately, can I tell you, this is something that just I felt like sharing with you. To me, communication is an action word. And another thing which is very closely related with you becoming an effective communicator is your commitment to yourself and to your loved ones and the people around you, and to the fact that you've been put on earth to complete a particular purpose and a mission. That commitment that you have towards doing it to the best of your ability through using the right kind of communication, that, according to me, is that commitment is also an action word. Commitment is not it's not just a noun. It's an action word, and therefore it's a verb. You have to take action when you commit to doing something. And that's the reason why I speak about it so passionately, because I feel that when people start communicating from their heart, honestly, can I share something with you people? I was not I have not written down these pointers कि हाँ मैं ये share करूँगी, ये share करूँगी, ये share करूँगी आप लोगों के साथ. Because I sometimes feel that when we are in in an environment where people are are listening to you, you need to be also able to be led. And this is where I come to, a lot of times people ask me charisma तो people are born with it, मतलब ये तो कुदरत का करिश्मा जैसा जैसे वाला होता है कि charisma is something that people are born with, they can't acquire it later. And I say absolutely incorrect, because charisma is not what you're born with. We are all born with a spirit inside of us, and charisma, the root of this word actually is a very spiritual root, which says that when you are speaking from your spirit, from your higher self, when you are led to really connect in such a way that you can connect from the heart and you can really benefit people, and you're constantly doing this, what is this? It is not about me, it is about them. It is not about me, it is about them. You're turning the spotlight on people. That is when you start becoming very, very charismatic, because you have prepared, but you're also still telling your higher self, or that almighty, whatever force you believe in, that you guide me. Because I may have prepared a few things for people to maybe get, but only you know their, only you know where they're lacking and at what point they need my help. So if I'm led to speak in such a way, in spirit, if I'm led to speak in such a way, that becomes very charismatic for people. Because you have suddenly met them at their point of need. You have suddenly touched their heart. They feel that strong connect with whatever you are saying, and who you are as a person has just kind of connected with them very deeply. So I just felt that I was, honestly, this is
Amazing.
something I was led to say right now.
Wow.
I I just kind of said
This is
yes to
so
the
deep.
leading.
This is so deep. How many of you feel that, yes, you have never thought about it, and this is so deep? If you feel that what Pallavi has shared with you is really very, very deep for you, and you have got received that message, you have felt that connect with her. Can you just share here if you felt that connect within you with Pallavi, and can you all feel that vibes, that energy that this room holds? Huh? Yeah. So if you feel that connect
Thank
among
you.
all of us, yeah, within you, can you just message here connect? Let's feel that connect, yeah.
Wow.
That's so, so powerful.
Yeah.
It's a very
Thank
deep
you.
message and very precious. Yes, absolutely. You all are here. You're feeling those energies. Though we are in Zoom, but you all can feel those vibes, those energies. And it's just amazing. It's an amazing experience. And this is what charisma is all about. And
Yeah.
that's what she is all about. She connects so authentically, straight from her heart. And no big things, just heart to heart conversation. I'm so, so grateful to you, Pallavi. Thank you so much
I'm so
for
grateful.
sharing.
Um,
So, yes,
Yuki,
please
I
go.
read one comment by Sundar. Thank you so
Uh-huh.
much, Sundar, for sharing so authentically that sometimes when we do these four activities, where you are looking at getting attention, or you're giving it your due to get attention, you're working on yourself, on doing certain areas in your persuasion, your public speaking, even leadership. But when you get constant failures and disappointments, that's when you start feeling that you're inferior and you give up your self confidence. I just want to be able to share with you a piece from my life where I feel that maybe it might just help. Though a lot of people around say that, okay, you're a good communicator, you're so good at whatever, this and that. There definitely came a point in my life when I went into very, very deep depression. Okay. And this happened during the pandemic, but I started realizing, and I did not realize it on my own. So for all the thoughts that we have about, oh, we should be doing this and we should be doing that, there are times, I'm human just like you are, and we all go through certain very, very major challenges. And it was at a stage in my life where because of the way I was communicating with my daughter was just about 10 then, okay, 10, 10 and a half. The way I was communicating with her and the way I was communicating with my husband, and I decided not to take any help for whatever I was feeling and whatever I was going through, my daughter had started feeling the burden of keeping me happy. And I did not realize that. So I said no to my husband for help. And I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to. And one fine day, he couldn't take it anymore because he realized that our 10 and a half, 11-year young had started thinking that it is her responsibility to keep her mother happy. Okay. And when he shared that with me, that before that my parents had already done their duty. I'm just cutting the very, very long story very short, that my parents had already shared with me, the way you are behaving, your child is going to go away, it's going to affect her very massively, it's going to affect your relationship. I just have extreme deep respect and love for my husband for always being there with me through those 2 years, despite I treating everybody around me like so badly. But the fact is that one fine day, I think unke sabar ka band bhi toot gaya, and he turned around and said, "You have no idea what you're doing to our girl. She feels that your happiness depends on her, and that's not fair. That's not fair to any child to have that, thing that I have to keep my mother happy. I can't say this. No, no, no. I can't get mama upset. I can't say anything to mama. Otherwise she'll get upset or she'll feel bad or you, a child cannot live with that burden." And I think that is what completely broke those shackles inside of me. And exactly what you're saying, Sundar. And I'm talking about this in the pandemic, right? So before that, for 20 years that I had put in with all the efforts, with so much, doing so much good work, with all the accolades, how did I forget all that? That I am not what the situation is saying I am. I did not have any work. I did not have any income coming in because events industry as well as training industry at that point in time, for both, I was only doing things offline. And that made me feel like I'm a good for nothing. You won't believe it, for 2 years, I went off social media. Somebody who was very, very active on social media, I just completely, when the entire world actually took on social media to become more and more visible, because that was the only way, I just completely went off it because I did not deal with it properly. But my husband saying this one thing to me after a good 1.5 year, because he just couldn't take it anymore, that broke me. That broke those shackles. And that's when I started asking myself, is this what I want to constantly be doing? And therefore, Sundar, I want to be able to tell you, I really, really don't want you to give up on yourself. I don't care if anybody else believes in you or not. Your kids are looking up to you. Because that's something that I told myself, that my child is looking up to me. We as parents, or we as, responsible citizens in this world, we have, whether we realize it or not, it could be a younger sibling, it could be a good friend, it could be somebody we may have done one small thing to inspire in our life, and they are looking up to us. To be honest with you, even our parents are looking up to us when they're alive, and they have brought us up, but they're also looking up to us because they want us to achieve or to be happier, to be wealthier, to be healthier than them. And that's why they're looking up to us. So you can fail, and I'm saying this to every single one of you who truly, sometimes you're on that verge of wanting to give up. You can fail. Millions, gazillion times you can fail. But you do not have the right to give up on yourself, because you are here on this earth for a purpose. And there are people who are, even if it is one person, there are people who are looking up to you. And at this point in time, even if it is Yukti who's looking up to you, or even if it is me who I don't know you, but I'm still looking up to you as another human being, as another brother or sister in the soul realm, you do not have a right to give up on you. So,
Absolutely.
I just I wanted that message out there, because a lot of times, Yukti, becoming a better communicator wanting to be a good coach, wanting to be a good entrepreneur, sometimes it takes a toll on you. Sometimes you feel like the journey is alone, and it's not alone. It's not alone, because all of us have gone through this. And it's just a matter of reaching out to that one person that you feel, okay, this person is going to back me up. Okay. And I share this in all honesty, because Yukti, my first TED talk I did on this particular point, which is that you can fail millions
Yeah.
of times, but you
Allow
can never fail.
yourself to fail. Allow
Yes.
yourself to fail. Absolutely.
Because I believe that every master, that's also what my TED talk was called, every master was once a disaster. Oh, what a disaster I have been. Oh, this, if you sit with my parents, you'll probably understand. But the fact is that they are so proud of, who I've become. And therefore, I always say that it's about becoming that person. And that's what communication allows us. Sorry, I just felt very deeply connected with that message that Sundar shared. And I felt that
Was
that
very much
message,
important for you to address, and what a wonderful way you have I'm really happy that you have addressed that, Pallavi. You have gone all out to share your deepest story, and answering Sundarji's, because not it is not his only his question. I think
no,
many
correct.
of you, every one of us, are scared of failing to some extent. It's not about just failing, that it's okay to fail,
Yeah,
because you don't learn from your success, you learn more from your failures. Okay,
yes.
and get up and get going. कहते हैं शहसवार ही मैदान जंग में.
Wow. So true, right? And I love what TD Jakes says about it. Every time you falter, you are being chiseled for a higher level of leadership. So take that step forward. Take that step and tell somebody that, who's also alongside you, saying, go right ahead, let's take the step. Just build it up for yourself as well as other people around you, because every time we are facing a challenge, we are being chiseled for a higher level of leadership. That's something that I've truly started believing after, बहुत बार ऐसे होता था कि बहुत एक कोसना होता है ना अपने आप को कि क्या हो रहा है यार, व्हाई इज दिस नॉट हैपनिंग, सब कुछ तो कर लिया, सब कुछ तो कर रही हूँ, व्हाई इज इट नॉट हैपनिंग. एंड दैट्स व्हेन यू सडनली रियलाइज यू आर चोजन फॉर अ हायर पर्पस. So the chiseling is going to be even more. And this basically means that he's preparing me for the next level of leadership. And sometimes you feel like, am I just giving myself this goli gyan that he's preparing me for a next level of leadership? ये सिर्फ मैं अपने आप को सहलाने के लिए तो नहीं बोल रहा. But it's not like that. Because you become what you think, what you're thinking of all day long. Like Earl Nightingale so beautifully says, right? And every time I don't think of myself like that, then I'm suddenly reminded, but why should I be thinking negative? I become who I think of. So if I think that he's building me up for leadership, I know he's building me up for leadership, and that's my truth. So I'll make it happen. I'll bring it into my reality, because he said that I'm building you up for leadership. So I just put it right back on my partner up there, vertically up there. That's also a way of communication, right? So, yeah, I just
Absolutely.
felt
What a
super.
wonderful conversation we had. I won't say, actually, it's a talk we had today, right? So yes, thank you, Sundarji, and everyone here. Life is your response, nothing else. Very well said, Satishji. So, what have been your biggest learning, guys? I would like to certainly know from you. Apart from that, that you all promised me that yes, you are gonna do this. I want you to go to this video. You can always watch. Don't worry, this is live video. So please go and post your comments there, as if what have been your biggest takeaway from this session, your three big takeaway. Don't give up. Yes, for sure. Thank you so much. We will read out there. Can you please all post there also? Yeah. And just closing the comments so that we do not miss out on the link. And just click on this link. You will just reach here. And I would like you to please do share here in the comment box. Yeah. Here you can find darling Pallavi, and always, so you can just visit this channel, Yoga with Yuktinis, and you can find us here, go through it, revise it, everything. And yeah, anytime you feel demotivated, come back, watch this recording.
Wow.
Okay? Don't worry. We are here for you. We all are connected at a soul level, and do things for yourself, for your fulfillment, rather than seeking approval. That's has been my biggest learning, that do things to make yourself happy. That's it. You write for yourself, for your fulfillment. You make videos for your fulfillment. You make videos for your message to be conveyed, not for
Yes.
seeking approval and proving yourself. Can we just stop proving ourselves? You are
Mm.
good the way you are. You are whole, you are complete, you are absolutely perfect. You don't need to prove it to your parents or teachers or anyone. Forget that. Just do it for your heart fulfillment, for your own content, and you watch that everything around you will just change. And this is exactly what has happened with me. When I stopped pleasing other people and started doing things that were very fulfilling to me, I started getting appreciation from my whole family that I never expect. So stop expecting from others, because first thing that you need to fulfill is cup that you are holding. Fill it. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for.
much. So
No, thank
your
you so much for that last pointer also, Yukti. It means so much because exactly like you said, right? I've also spent a lot of my lifetime wanting to prove that I'm good or I'm on the right path. And you rightly said, when we stop doing that and we start doing it for ourselves, the world just kind of responds. The universe responds, right? Awesome. Thank you.
absolute. So did you all post it? I would like to see, and I would like to quickly read out also. Anyone would like to just come very quickly on the screen? We would like to have some quick sharing. You can raise your hand. We would certainly like to know your experience of today's health talks. It would be very encouraging for us also. So can you please share your hands? It's been a great talk, and we would like to hear out from you. Great. I see Pradyumna. I'll bring here. Yes, you can. I'm unmuting you, Pradyumna. You can speak. Just unmute and then speak.
Hi, good
Yeah,
evening, Miss
Good
Pallavi,
evening.
and thanks for this session, Madam Yukti. So, what I've learned that every single moment, as soon as I get up in the morning, is very vital, and I need to pay more attention to the events which are happening right from morning till the end of the day, and how am I responding to it? Because it all starts from getting up early in the morning, driving to the maybe office. Before that, exercising and all that. However, let me be very frank and true that I'm not very regular in exercises and all that. And in corporate life, there is a lot of stress because we are handling multiple projects basically. So these projects are confined to different, basically BFSS sectors and all that. So having said that, the more important thing which I've learned, I've just jotted on these things, like the four key skills are very important. The first is the art of getting an attention when we are talking and when we are facing the crowd. Basically, whenever even I prepared my PPT, and there is always a stress and a tension when I'm going to present. So for recently, I was supposed to present it for a client, but then I perceived that universe is giving me some positive vibrations, and that's how I went for a presentation. But nevertheless, what is our content? What is our tone? Basically, how do we set our tone? And what is the style we are delivering? How are we dressed up while we are delivering it? What is our how do we stand in front of the crowd? And the last but not the least thing, the most important aspect is how do you bring a metaphor while you are delivering the presentation and all, and what is that what my crowd wants, like what is that what my client wants, the purpose for that particular project and how it needs to be achieved in that sense. And then of course the art of getting attention, the art of persuasion, because we as program managers, project managers, we have to persuade a lot from the client to get the things done. And many a times the failures are also there. And then of course I have experienced that the motivational level goes very low. But then today's class, thankfully and by grace of God, I could attend it, and many more things I picked up from the art of persuasion, then the art of public speaking, which everyone should learn. And of course, there has to be a mentor in everybody's life. That's what I've started feeling, the importance of a mentor. Because yes, breathing is something which I learned through Yukti madam and all that.
Yes.
Another thing which I learned some few things from the art of living, like Sudarshan Kriya and all that. And art of leadership, lastly. How do we make our people work in such a way that they are not overburdened and they take a passion in doing the things? So these are the primarily more important. I will not take more time because there are other people also who want to share their thought process. Thank you so much for this wonderful session.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pradyumna. Pradyumna, next time you're talking about your people, don't ever call them a crowd. Call them in your audience. That's one small
Absolutely.
thing that I would love to because you have the ability to express your thoughts. I just wanted to make that small tweak. But thank you
Noted,
so
Pallavi.
much.
Thank you so
That
much.
was
Thank you.
so well said.
Wow. So share and get the feedback also. Wow. Awesome. What a wonderful tip you have got. Not crowd, but say audience. Very
Audience.
powerful. Very powerful. It simple word can make whole lot of difference when you connect with
Yes.
people. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
because when it is a crowd, you're talking about, when we have like a भीड़ हम जिसको कहते हैं, पर हमारे लोग जिनसे हम बात कर रहे हैं वो भीड़ तो नहीं है. They are our, they are our audience. So that's the big difference, and it's at a psychological, at a subconscious level. तो लोगों को शायद पता नहीं लगेगा, but उनको फिर भी at a subconscious level उनको ये feel हो रहा होगा. So that's why I thought I should share
One
this.
thing is, Pallavi, you are a very active listener also. That is also,
That
I
is.
realize that's a huge, big quality of play a huge role in being a good communicator also,
Yes,
right?
Yukti, you're so right. Because I just go by what the creator has given us, 2 ears and one mouth. Does it ring a bell? मतलब अगर हम सुनेंगे नहीं, and most of the times, a lot of times people don't need solutions, Yukti. They just need somebody to listen into them. That's it. Because there is nobody around to listen.
So true, so true, so true. Can we have
So
one
well.
more last sharing very quickly? Anyone? Umaira, Sundarji, Raj? I see a lot of people.
Satish
Satish,
ji
yeah.
has raised his hand.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll bring you here, Satish. Thank you so much for joining and coming up here to share.
Yes, yes,
Go.
yes. Thank you so much. Actually, today I saw this link. I have no idea about the topic and all these things, and I joined also very late. Nowadays, actually, I just want to increase my quality of spoken English, and only for that purpose I am here, and I listen a very good English. And actually, in addition to that, the whatever you have talked. Is related to spiritualism. So this is very nice. And the word I came to know, I will remember forever that this is instead of crowd, you have to say the audience. This is also something. Sometimes what happened that because of that situation, or you remember for all the time something.
Yes.
So this crowd and audience, I will remember for the time. Okay, I have spoken in Hindi or Marathi in front of thousands of people. I worked as a trainer, as a motivational
Mm.
trainer, but that is in regional languages. And now I'm trying to develop my English, spoken English. In that view, this is God gift for me. This session, it's a very nice. You have talked very nice. I like it very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so
Satish.
much.
Thank you. Great to have you,
Yeah.
and more power to you. Everyone, you can, send your warm wishes to Satish. And thank you so much. With this, we are coming to the end of our Health Talks with experts. Thank you so much. So, can we just quickly do 5 deep breaths before we wind up the session? Because of the scarcity of time. So, everyone, just sit upright. We'll close the session with the just 5 deep breaths, everyone. So, take a deep breath there. Sit upright, keep your eyes closed. You can keep your feet firmly on the ground, shoulders relaxed, chin parallel, palms over your knees. Be comfortable. And yes, this is, yes, breath as the communication is a key to connect to your deeper self. So communicate with your breath. As I always say, connect to your breath. Don't run behind breathing techniques, rather connect deeply with your breath. So just bring all your attention to your breath. Just feel where it is. In your nostril, in your chest, in your abdomen, without being any judgmental, just be with your breath and observe the flow of your breath, how your breath is. The calmer the breath, the calmer the mind, and so you are. Feel that silence that is there within you. Take a deep breath in through your nose and expand your belly. Exhale and let go and let your belly falls back. Release. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and feel that confidence that is there within you. Exhale, release all your hesitations, all your self-doubt about yourself. Inhale and create new thought patterns that support you. Exhale, releasing all old thought patterns that no longer serve you. Inhale and have the trust in the flow of life. Exhale. Just keep emptying yourself, create more space. Inhale. And feel the flow of your breath. Exhale. Keep your facial muscles relaxed, your jaw relaxed. Now bring your palms at the heart center, rub your palms, take it to your right. And you can gradually open your eyes with a smile. Wow. We just reset ourselves. We just stored everything that we have received. Yeah, and take a deep breath in and stretch your arm. Inhale, everyone. And as you exhale, bring your palms at the heart center, shoulders roll back, and just say, I'm grateful to my breath. I'm grateful to my healthy body, mind, and soul. I'm grateful to this whole universe. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. Breathe wellness and abundance. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Pallavi. It's an honor to have you. And there is a small token of appreciation from all of us. Let me just share. So
I just want to say a
quickly,
big thank you to you, Yukti.
thank
That
you,
is
dear.
so sweet.
So here is a certificate of
Thank you.
appreciation from all of us, from our community to you, dear. And
I accept it
will
with
also
all
be
my
receiving
heart.
app 1 month access from us. It's a wonderful, wonderful breathwork app that I will be giving you the access. Yeah.
Oh,
So
how sweet.
thank you so much. Stay blessed. Breathe wellness in abundance. It was an honor to have you here, and pure privilege, sheer honor and privilege to have you. Anyone who would love to connect to us and would love to know more how you can improve your communication, breath, please go ahead, fill the form, and we will be sharing with you. You can join Pallavi's masterclass and gain a lot of benefits. You know, the simple difference, crowd and audience. Do you realize that? Yeah. So there is so many things. This is not just about how many words you are speaking throughout the day. And if you just start improving on those aspects in your life, certainly your life will change completely. Yeah. So take the
Yes.
best out of it from the best of the best coaches, our very own charismatic communications coach. Now I'm just gonna open the chat box for everyone. Can you all quickly message? Thank you, Pallavi. Can you all quickly message everyone? I would love you to please send your warm wishes and thank you to Pallavi. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you
dear.
so much. Thank you. This means so much to me because it's always wonderful to, first and foremost, Yukti has a very beautiful energy and a very calming, loving energy. And just being in the community that she's building with so much of love and so much of breath, because like you rightly said, Yukti, breath is the basis even of your communication. Breath is the basis of us, basically. But
And
even
so is the
when,
communication. Yeah. Since
yes,
the time we are born till the end, some way or the other, we are communicating, we are breathing. That was actually for me also to gain. So what have been my biggest learning, I tell you, I realized that content creation is for everyone, to be very
yes,
honest. Yeah. And truly, it's a way to explore yourself. I could explore myself through when I underwent, of course, our mentor and started writing and doing videos and everything. So it was, I was talking to myself only, as you have said. So it was completely for me, it was all coming to me. Yeah. So
yeah,
this very, very profound, again, connecting to the dot and reflecting over my journey. So I would seriously say, every one of you, reflect over your journey so far, reflect over, start writing, just write for the sake of writing, to clear your emotions, or just speak, any which ways you express yourself, but please do that. Thank you so much. Yeah. So
awesome.
this has been some of my very heart touching, soul fulfilling learnings from your session, Pallavi, and it's always an honor to connect to you,
Thank you.
listen to you, can listen to you endlessly. So thank you all. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you
Stay
so
blessed,
much.
breathe,
Stay
breathe
blessed.
wellness and abundance. So here, Yuktiraj Kishore signing off with
Pallavi
Pallavi
Walia
Walia.
Raj.